Hey guys, this is SkyTech, and I wanted to bring you guys a video about iOS 14 rumors. Now, iOS 14 is not very far away. We are about 4 months away from the official beta release, and that is, history tells us that the iOS 14 developer beta will be released around June 1st, right after WWDC, the main event, the one that we all usually watch, to hear about iOS 14. And of course, Tim Cook is going to advertise it as, an amazing update full of new features, and he'll have his guy hype iOS 14 up. This is going to be an amazing futuristic update. But in reality, it's going to be something similar to iOS 12, where we kind of struggle to find new features. And I always like to find those new features in iOS updates. I usually do. Usually it's modifications in text. If something was relabeled, I usually find things like that. And that's probably all we're going to find in iOS 12. I'm sorry, iOS 14. It is going to be very similar to iOS 12, where we don't find very many features, but of course there are a couple of new ones. One that has been heavily requested is the redesign of the calling notification. When you're called, it says Billy, gives you a couple of options. When your phone is unlocked, it gives you a decline and accept answer button, and it shows remind me or send a message to that person. And on the lock screen, it just shows remind me, message, or answer. And it shows, Billy's contact information. But if it intrudes on your entire screen, you either have to decline it or accept it, or the remind me your message. But what a lot of people, including I, are hoping is that it's a simple banner, like if somebody texts you, it'll say messages, and then it'll say Billy, and then it'll say the message. It'll just be at the top of the screen. You can either click on it or dismiss it. And I'm hoping that Apple does something similar to that design. And it may not be exactly like that, but there is a possibility that it could, hopefully. Other than that, we do not know much. We know that iOS 15 is going to be a big feature. It is going to be feature-filled. And a lot of the things that we're told that are going to occur in iOS 14 are going to be pushed back to iOS 15 due to people having experiences with quite a bit of bugs in iOS 13. Personally, for me, iOS 13 is working well. I can call, I can text, I can do YouTube, I can do all the things that I usually do on my phone. All good and well, all perfect. But some people are having a little bit of trouble. So, iOS 14 will address those issues, and for some people it will be incredible. And it's going to solve bugs, hopefully bring more battery life to devices. And just take a look back to iOS 12. It'll be an update similar to that. And hopefully it will have very little bugs. And again, we should be expecting on June 1st the first developer beta, and I'm kind of curious as to whether or not they will. There will be a site releasing it to the public for iOS 10 to iOS 12. It was, it was on WWDC that we would find sites that would release that beta software to us. But I'm not sure, since it took me about 2 weeks to get iOS 13, if you'll remember. It took me 2 weeks to get iOS 13 on my device, and that was only a day before the developer beta 2 and public beta 1 was released, which infuriated me, and I hope it does not happen again. I hope that some site finds a way to publish out that beta. All right, and I will hopefully bring you some more videos about iOS 14. Comment with any video suggestions that you guys have, and I will see you all on the next video.